COVID-19 pandemic, Douglas County Health is reporting some improving news, but people are still ending up in the hospital from the virus.
It's the 7-day rolling average of new cases is 40. That's the lowest we've seen since early February.
109 people are in metro hospitals with COVID-19. One of them is a child. 13 people are in intensive care and 4 people with COVID are on a ventilator.
The county is reporting 1 new death, the victim an unvaccinated man over the age of 70. 1,317 people have died from the virus in Douglas County.